3,000. That's right, we've flipped more than 3,000 profitable houses and can teach you how to do the same thing. Click the Academy link for your free roadmap to financial freedom.
Hi, my name is Julie Hicks. I had an idea of what real estate investing was, what wholesaling was, but I did my own research, but I knew that I would have to get in with somebody that could really point me down the right track so I wasn't making costly mistakes, as we all know in real estate we can do. So about 3 years ago I started working with Peter and his program, and luckily enough we lived in the same town. So after meeting Peter, after about 6 months of training, I did a few deals on my own.
Hi, Peter Vekselman. So today I want to talk to you about a mistake I made when I got started in this business, and even further down the line beyond just getting started, that cost me tremendous amount of money. And I know some of you are making that mistake right now, and I want to tell you how you want to be careful when you're kind of heading in that direction. And here's what I call this mistake. It's called spreadsheet investing. And I'm sure you know what I'm talking about. Spreadsheet investing is when you put your deals into a spreadsheet and you let that spreadsheet tell you whether or not you have a good deal or a bad deal. I think spreadsheet investing is one of the most dangerous ways to build this business if you do not know how to correctly fill out the spreadsheet. You know, so here's what happens, especially to a lot of beginning investors. And this is what really cost me about $500,000 when I got started. You know, in this business, it lends itself to spreadsheets. Some of the most sophisticated investors, hedge funds, use spreadsheets. Well, what happens is they have history that they fall back on to make certain assumptions. You know, they have the ability to make certain errors financially because they have stockpiles of money. Again, when they're putting their numbers into their spreadsheets, or when advanced like me, when I put numbers into a spreadsheet, it's very different than the numbers I put in when I got started. And if you're kind of a beginner in this business, it's very dangerous the kind of numbers you're putting in. Because remember, when you're putting numbers into a spreadsheet, they're assumptions. So here's what happened. I mean, literally the first 6 deals I did, I still remember when we were doing those initial 6 deals, I thought I could stop working. I mean, I literally felt back then, I was looking at those initial 6 deals, and I had like on that spreadsheet almost I can't remember now, but I think it was like $1 million worth of profits coming in. And when all those 6 deals were done, I lost $500,000. Why? Because all my numbers were incorrect in that spreadsheet. Think about it. That's what these spreadsheets are based on. They're based upon numbers. Where are you getting your numbers from? Who's giving them to you? For instance, my first number, sales price, my purchase price was a wrong number, okay? Because I shouldn't have bought it for that number, okay? So I started out with the wrong premise. My very last number, what I could sell it for, was a wrong number, okay? So guess what? When your first number, when you're paying the wrong amount and you're assuming you could sell for the wrong amount, everything in between almost doesn't matter. But not only did I get those 2 numbers wrong, I think along the way I pretty much got every other number wrong. So what are you putting in those spreadsheets? You're putting construction numbers. I think in those initial 6 deals, 5 of them I missed construction numbers on. You know, I would think something would cost 10 grand, inevitably cost 19 grand. I would think something cost 20 grand, inevitably cost 50 grand. Okay, so that absolutely hurt me. My holding cost, I was wrong because I thought these were 2 to 4 month projects. In the end, they ended up being different, length projects. So my cost of money went up. Every single number that I had put into my spreadsheets was wrong. So here's my point. You have to be very careful if you're a spreadsheet investor. You have to make sure that the numbers you're putting in there are realistic numbers. Again, that comes from experience. That comes from who's telling you those numbers. Are these trustworthy people? Have you verified those numbers? You have to double check, triple check, quadruple check. If everything you put in there is a reality, then you absolutely have to run through your numbers. Whether you do it through a spreadsheet or a napkin, I don't care how you do it. You have to know what you're getting in with, what you're coming out with, what's going to happen in the middle. I understand. But if you're just kind of putting numbers in there based upon no history, based upon people you don't know, based upon assumptions that you're making that are kind of, if you think about it, are coming out of thin air, you're literally setting yourself up for failure. I think spreadsheet investing is one of the #1 factors that kill investors in this business. So be very careful when you're filling out these spreadsheets. Hey there, this is Peter Vekselman. So today with me I have Allison Meliodas.
Yes.
See, I got it right in the first time. And so what I want to talk to you about is a topic that constantly gets brought up in this business, and that is, as you're building out your team, who do you build it out with? What kind of individuals? You know, you always hear me talk about you're looking for the skill set, you're looking for the skill set. You're not just looking for an industry expert, you're looking for the skill set depending what position you're hiring for, what position you're expanding with. So one perfect example I have here myself, and you guys know me, for those of you that follow me, you know, we do a lot of things here. Even though we're an investment company, we do a ton of things with agents. A lot of investment companies literally don't even work with agents for a variety of reasons. We as an investment company work with agents all over the place. We use them on the acquisition side, on the disposition side. We use them on my personal retail deals. We use them on wholesale deals. So we use agents in all different capacities. And kind of as a big picture here, in terms of hiring people and who do you work with, I had a personal experience several months back here. And when I say who do you work with, you know, there's really two kind of trains of thought in this business. One, you work with somebody brand new and you mold that person. You know, you don't have to break them of any bad habits. You kind of grow them in your organization. The other train of thought is you get somebody that's already successful in this business. You know, the downside to that, people always say, well, gosh, Peter, what if they don't fit in your organization? What if they're bringing bad habits? But at the same time, remember, they're bringing experience to the table. So what side of the table should you fall on? My contention is this: although I've been successful with people on this side of the equation, kind of bringing someone else, somebody brand new into our fold, the real people that have made the most impact in our own company here as a whole have been people that have been experienced. So one thing in the big picture level is that for several months back, when we were working with agents in terms of how we do our leads, you know, it was an investment company here. We not only do investment properties, we're also on the retail side of the business. So we try to build this whole infrastructure with fairly new, inexperienced agents. And to a degree, well, not to a degree, to a reality, it was a total flop. And then we brought one of the top, probably the top agent, well, the top agent here in the area, one of the top agents in the state on board, and everything changed. We literally got over 100 plus listings in just a number of short, quick months, closings, you know, literally on a weekly basis, several closings on a weekly basis, and everything took off. So Allison's here. She's just getting started with us, and she's a perfect example of what I'm talking about. She's coming in on our agent side, and she's going to be working with some of our retail stuff, and I'm sure over a period of time we're going to get her involved. And so the reason I'm so excited about Allison, I actually came in specially today here to do this video, is because I knew Allison had this experience when we kind of brought her on board. And she doesn't work directly for us. She works with our main team of agents. But the reason I was really excited specifically today is because I learned Allison came from very similar model. Actually, I would say almost the exact same model that we're implementing here with agents. So how long have you been doing this?
I've been a licensed realtor since 2000.
2000.
A long time.
Okay. So think about this. You know, brand new agents, you can get them anywhere. I mean, you know, it's not a bad thing. It's just a reality. People are getting licensed literally on a daily, weekly basis. But the reason I came in here to do this video specifically is when I heard we're bringing an experience on board. Because see, what happens is when you bring experience on board, you tremendously shorten your learning curve. When you tremendously shorten your learning curve, your A to Z, with Z being some kind of success, gets a lot quicker. When A to Z gets a lot quicker, you start seeing results quicker, and everybody around you gets motivated quicker. So, you know, in the beginning, I think the biggest issue with working with brand new people in this industry is the learning curve is so long and time to success is so long, and that's where most people simply just give up in this business. They just don't hold on long enough. So my biggest reason why I like to work on this side of the equation with people that have experience is that time to success, from the time you start to the time you start seeing success, gets a lot quicker. And so what happens is you're constantly buying yourself time. You got success, everyone's excited, motivated. All right, let's get to the next level. You get a little bit more success, everyone is excited and motivated. So I think it's a lot easier to grow a model, to grow a strategy, to grow a business, to grow whatever you're involved in when you have experience on board. For that reason, you're getting from A to making money a lot quicker. So we're flat out excited about having you. We're going to have Allison here as kind of a proof that what I'm just saying is correct. I'm going to have you kind of do a series of videos as you get started with us, as you start doing leads with us, you start doing deals with us. But I'm betting the house that this is the right person to come on board with us. So we're excited about having you.
Thank you so much. I'm excited to be here.
Cool. Hey, Peter Vekselman. So today I want to talk to you from a perspective, what are you as a business owner supposed to do in your business? You know, I hope you really do consider yourself to be a business owner. You know, so many investors get in this business and they almost act like employees, like somebody else is in charge, and they're always trying to do something, you know, that somebody else is having them do, and they think the agenda is said by other people. Well, reality is, I don't care if you're a one-person show or you do what we do here, where I have, you know, employees in 2 different buildings on different floors doing many different tasks. You are a business owner. Now, where you are in this business sometimes changes what you do. For instance, when I got started in this business many years ago, I did all the tasks that now my people do. For instance, when I got started, I used to negotiate deals myself. Guess what? I don't negotiate deals anymore. I have 10 plus full-time negotiators that work for me. I used to go out there and look at my deals. I haven't looked at the last couple thousand properties that I've bought, but I have people that go out there, whether it's a deal I'm buying here in my market or whether it's a deal I'm buying across country. We have individuals that look at these deals. So your daily tasks change, but one thing that I want to make sure that you understand is there's certain principles in this business that never change. Whether it's just you and one other person, or like I said, a big operation like this. But in my opinion, you as a business owner need to constantly be focused on 3 aspects of the business. Number 1, you have to paint a vision. Number 2, you have to be diligent about watching your cash. And number 3, it is your responsibility to bring the right people and cultivate those relationships to help you become part of your organization. So the vision. You know, so many investors out there I see, they're literally all over the place. And they're all over the place because they don't have a vision. Now, that doesn't mean the vision isn't changed. It doesn't mean the vision can't be adjusted. It doesn't mean that you don't make certain, you know, things along the way, like certain starts, stops, sometimes little curves along the way. But you as an individual, you as the business owner, have to have a vision for what your company's doing. I will tell you one thing, if you talk to people here, they know our strength, our big vision in this business is marketing. We are extremely good about finding deals. It is the core of what we do here. Almost everybody that works here, one way or another, is tied into that vision. Marketing, techniques, strategies, negotiations, inspections, finding deals, and then I use that vision as a way to expand and grow my business in many different directions. Number 2, you absolutely have to watch your cash. It is amazing to me how many investors or how many business owners I meet, they have no idea where they stand financially. You know, I've talked to investors that are telling me they're going to absolutely make money on the deal. And when the deal's done and you force them to go over the numbers, they've actually lost money on these deals. Why? Because everything is in their head. You know, they kind of ballpark. Well, I spend $5,000 here and I spend $2,000 here and this and that, and then it all just kind of conceptually adds up in your head. But when you put it on paper, you realize where you think you're making money, you actually may be losing money. So you have to be diligent about knowing where all of your money is going, to whom it's going, how often it's going. Are you actually a profitable business owner? Are you not a profitable business owner? You know, I've seen people put in an inordinate amount of time in this business, spend an inordinate amount of money, have inordinate money coming back to them, and guess what? In the end, they're at zero. Literally, it's zero. They probably would have been better off working at McDonald's for that year. So your ability or inability to watch cash is absolutely critical. And number 3, it is your responsibility as a business owner. It is my responsibility as a business owner to find to bring on and to cultivate incredible relationships with people that'll help you propel your business in the right direction. I'll give you two examples that I've done here. One internally here and somebody externally out of my company. One, basically my CEO, Julie. When Julie started with me right away, I realized, and she started at a very basic call level, but I realized that she was a lot more than just a caller. Again, the callers are critical to us, but I realized very quickly she brought a lot more things to the table. So I spent an inordinate amount of time with her in the beginning, and to this day, even today after work, we have some meetings that we're doing together. When we go to different states and my other operations, she and I take those trips. I'm constantly cultivating and building a relationship with her. Not from a standpoint of everyday teaching her. She knows this business inside out, but literally that relationship forming, that bonding, that letting her know that, how important she is, it's absolutely critical. I'll give you another example of somebody that doesn't even work for me here, but a guy named Pete Cook that works in that works with us in a totally different state. Pete's an amazing individual, and I'm actually taking my time, my effort, going across country, spending time with Pete, talking to Pete constantly on the phone, strategizing, building out different scenarios, different plans. Again, understanding how important Pete is to the big picture of what we're doing is very, very critical and very important to me. So building and identifying and cultivating relationships is very important. So as a business owner, here's what you're focusing on. The vision of the company. Where are you going, and is everybody on board? Number two, you got to know your bottom line. You got to know money coming in. You got to know money going out. Simple as that. And number three, you got to spend time finding and building relationships with the right individuals that become part of your vision to help you increase your cash flow. If you're not doing those three things as a business owner, you're pretty much in the job mode, and I suggest you switch to business owner mode.